here's a little story on what happened with the weather yesterday, because there were 4 tornadoes in our city. And I guess here's a little story time from me while we do a full glam makeup look. I've never done one of those before. Okay, so what I think is funny is that literally in 5th hour, like, we have lunch in between 5th and 6th hour, but like the sirens and all the alarms went off in 6th hour. But I think it's funny because in 5th hour, my teacher was talking and we have issues. So, like, I obviously was speaking against her, but she was like, oh, you guys would not have survived the tornado. We'd all be dead if that were a real tornado, because you guys were all talking and we would have missed instructions. Like, I'm pretty sure we can talk and then stop talking with instructions. Like, we weren't talking over the instructions, like, at all. I guess that really bugged me because I feel like we should not be, like, talking about death, especially in, like, an emergency situation. Like, I mean, if we did, like, a really bad on a drill, I think, like, that's okay to talk about, I guess. But I feel like, in general, talking about death with, like, especially still being in a tornado watch is not, like, an okay topic. There is so much makeup in my hair. Okay, so after her class, we went to lunch, and I don't remember if we, like, went outside or any of that. I don't know. I really hope Hannah, like, has a story. I think we did go outside, and I think we played volleyball, and it was nice out. I think. I don't know, honestly. Like, I have no idea. But then we got to 6th hour, and, like, it wasn't immediate. So, like, we walked Hannah to her class like normal. Like, nothing really happened, aside from the fact that, like, I don't know. There's nothing coming out of this, actually. Like, we walked Hannah to her classes as normal, and then, like, all of a sudden, everyone's phones started just, like, blaring. Absolutely blaring. Take shelter immediately. Like, this is not a drill. And then the tornado sirens going off. What happened, though, was the school's, like, weather, like, sirens didn't go off. So everyone was like, oh, it's just a drill. And then our principal came over the speaker and he was like, hey, this actually isn't a drill. I know you practiced the drill yesterday, but go to your safe spots, because this isn't a drill and it's immediate. Be calm and just go. And it didn't really hit me. I was like, oh, okay. And everyone else was grabbing their stuff. And so I was like, wait, maybe I should just... And then I ended up just grabbing, like, my entire backpack, because you were not going to catch me doing that, actually. Like, leaving my stuff, because that ended up being really helpful. And so we got to the girls' locker room, and it was me, Jaden, Hannah, Zoe, Ava, Olivia in there. But me, Ava, and Olivia were in the showers, and the Spanish immersion teachers, like, wouldn't really let us leave. Like, it wasn't like we were being held captive, but it was like we weren't really supposed to be, like, up and moving, I guess. So, like, I think there was one point where we were fidget trading because we were so bored in there, and everyone was, like, trying not to panic because the news was on. And, like, it wasn't like I was really scared, but when my parents got a divorce, I got, like, anxiety. And so, like, a lot of the times my anxiety just makes me, like, shake or my teeth chatter. And so I was shaking. But mind you, I had also had a Celsius right before this. So I was, like, also on on caffeine, and, like, I was, like, really, like, if you know, like, caffeine on an empty stomach, it does not mix well, and it makes me, like, really shaky. And so Ava was like, Gretchen, you wouldn't shake that, like, much from caffeine. Okay. I didn't say that to her, obviously, but it was definitely interesting. And so then we were sitting in there for a while, and so I time-lapsed it, and I will be posting that, but I also edited it and put, like, parts of, like, the tornado and, like, the aftermath in it. Honestly, I'm not trying to be grim. That's just, like, what I did. But, and so then, like, I was talking to Hannah, and they were just kind of, like, yapping. I don't know what they were yapping about, but all I know is that they were yapping. And then I, like, was talking with Hannah, right? And I was out there. And I gave Jaden a hug, which was nice because I was honestly kind of scared at that point. Because that's when we learned that there was a tornado that touched down, like, 15 minutes away from us. And I was like, oh. So this isn't just a bad, like, this isn't just, like, a bad storm. Like, it's real. Yeah. And then Miss Fish, my teacher at the time, she was like, okay, Gretchen, like, this is not a social hour. Like, you have to go back to the showers with all your classmates. I didn't want to do that, but she was like, you have to. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I did. And no one was getting cell service at all. So whatever I, like, could send and, like, tried to send, I did, and I would. And it was honestly a bit nerve-wracking because a lot of people were, like, playing the news, and so you could see it. And a lot of the time, we were in the red, and it was red, yellow, green, whatever else, other colors. And we were in the red for, like, that entire storm. And it was closer to the end. 6 other, like, I'm obviously being dramatic right now, but there were, like, 3 other, well, there weren't 6. There were 3 other weather alerts going off. And they were like, there are 4 tornadoes that are touched down in your location. Go seek shelter right now. This is not safe. Go seek shelter right now. And that scared me because I was just, like, sitting there peacefully, and all of a sudden, everyone's phone starts going off. Everyone's. I just coated my face with bronzer. Anyways. And so they were like, go seek shelter, and everyone's phone was going off. Like, if you had a phone in there, it was going off. You don't have a choice. It was going off. And then a lot of the teachers, like, the head staff came in, and they were kind of, like, yapping. But I was in the I was in the shower, so I could not hear them. And then, finally, we were sitting there for a while, like, before this. And then, finally, the PA system came on, and they were like, hey, it's pretty much over. You can leave. We got out, and it was sunny. It was so sunny. It was so nice out. And it's already, like, 3:09. Like, what happened? It happened at, like, 2:30. So we were sitting in there between passing time and all that. But, you know. And so they were just like, go to your 7th hour. And our school has, like, stricter phone policies. They did not care for the rest of the day. Like, if you had your phone, they didn't really care. And so basically, we were sitting in there, and then they were like, okay, cool. It went, like, the buses are going to be delayed because elementary. And I was like, ugh, whatever. Oh, and so then me, Olivia, Kayla, Lily, and Zoe, I don't know if I said her name yet, we were all sitting in the cafeteria waiting for our bus to come and show up. And our bus was the 3rd one, which we still had to wait for an extra 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I got home 30 minutes late, and I went to my dad's house. And then later for the cheer meeting, which was happening, we had to drive home. And I was like, Dad, because when we were driving to my dad's house, my dad was like, hey, there's this house completely gone at the top of the hill. Do you guys want to go see it? And we were like, oh, yeah, sure. And the police had it blocked off, so we couldn't go see it. Which was like, oh, but, like, it's understandable because if I was that in, like, that situation, like, I wouldn't want that, I guess. After the cheer meeting, we had to go back to my mom's house because I had forgotten my stuff. And so then I was like, hey, Dad, can we go the way so, like, I can see what actually happened? Because our neighborhood's so isolated. Hold on. And so we went and we were driving that way, and the amount of destruction I saw at the top of the hill. I live at the bottom of the hill, so my neighborhood is fairly protected, and I'm so heavily grateful for that, because there were power lines down. There were houses gone. 6 roads were blocked off. A lot of them were by my aunt's house. And I'm really glad that, like, they're all okay. And so that was definitely scary because that is so close to Zoe's house too and Olivia's house. Like, I don't even know. And then we were driving back the other way because part of the highway was blocked off because someone's house was gone. There was a child missing, like a teenager, like 19, 18-year-old missing. And so, like, that was honestly scary to hear. But there was a lot of police, a lot of fire trucks going around. So we were driving back, and there was a spot where there was like a lot of trees and a lot of houses before, and there was just nothing in that field but piles of wood. And really hard to see because what do you mean? And like, I have never had tornadoes happen before. Like, I know our city technically is in Tornado Alley, but I guess it's never affected me before. And so it was really different to learn about it and to hear about it only, like, because it didn't really affect me. I mean, I went to sleep that night and I was definitely nervous for it, but like, I didn't really care. Like, I never thought, oh, I'm gonna die. I just thought, oh, this is happening. What a tragedy. I hope everyone's okay. And okay. And that's kind of like my perspective. I hope Hannah does one of these. Well, I'm gonna ask her to, and I'm probably gonna post this tomorrow on Sunday, or tonight on Saturday. Bye, guys.